Whew, it's chilly out. Welcome. Class is early today. Gonna have to walk. It's so cold. The class war, that is. Early one. But I want to take you to a beautiful spot. It's a little gray out. Remember, we're in New England in February. But this was a rad park I used to bring the kids to down the street from my house. And the cool thing is there's baby ducks in the water. Where'd they go? Oh, he's way far away. Oh, you can't even see him. Not those little ducks. He's way, way, way down there. Little baby duck. I never seen. Oh, no, no, no. It's a baby goose. Sorry. Never seen a baby goose before. Never seen a baby crow. No, that's a lie. My aunt found a baby crow. It fell out of a nest. How are you? I'm doing not bad. Thank you. I love New England. New England folks. Oh, the baby duck is underwater. I was trying to come down to see the baby duck. Let's talk about Brett Favre. Oh, there he is. He popped his head up. Talk about Brett Favre in a minute. Look at this baby duck. I wonder, or baby goose. I wonder if I can call him over here. Jesus, you can't see him. He's so tiny though. He's got the goose markings and everything, but you know how big geese are? Geese are so big. If you've never seen them, they're mean too. Canadian geese, oh, those bastards. They'll chase you right out of a park if they don't like you. You gotta stand your ground. It's like prison. Can't show any fear or weakness. He keeps diving under. I wonder what he's eating. Hold on. Oh, it's cold. Freezing today. Frost on everything. Tomorrow it's gonna be 60 degrees. I do love baby things. Where is he? There he goes. Oh, I can't. Come here, buddy. I wish I had food. I should have brought food. He's so adorable. All right, anyways. Whew. But I wanted to come down here. I should have came down here tomorrow. This is an amazing spot. It's a cool bridge. What's up? Yeah, your Colt. Oh, is that the drink? It's not like a Japanese milk drink, I think. Not sure. Um, we're gonna talk about Brett Favre in a minute. I promise you. I'm just shivering to death. I do not want to get back in the car because I love this little spot. Love the basketball courts here. Yeah, let me show you that real quick because this is such a rad location. So, basketball court right there, the water right there. I wonder how many basketballs have just gone floating out to the ocean, floated out all the way to the ocean. I would imagine there's countless basketballs out in the sea right now from people bricking shots. Because look, again, we're basketball hoops right there. That's not even. I'll give it 100 feet. I'll say it's 100 feet, and it's definitely not 100 feet. One, two, three, four. It's about 4.5 basketball hoops, and the log part is 5. So 50. Let's give it 60 feet. 60 feet. You hit a solid brick off there, and you don't catch it. There's no fence here, by the way. There's a fence for the tennis court. No fence for the basketball court. What does that say, huh? They don't respect the game. Look, basketball court right there. And then the ocean. How many poor kids have lost their basketball? I don't play hoops down here, even though they got awesome nets. You want to see how nice the nets are? I can't. Screw it. I'm not showing you. But the nets are really nice over here, too. And then they sell them. Right? Nope. Right there. They sell them. Can't really see it from here. I gotta get like a real camera because this really, it's hard to describe, but it's such a freaking spectacular view. It's such an amazing. I don't know if this is an estuary or an inlet. It's not really an estuary because the tide doesn't go out here. The tide doesn't drop. It does a little bit on the other side. There's another bridge right back there that goes into Salem. Up there. Yeah, right there. Oh. Ooh, look at this. I needed to read this today. I don't know if it's backwards. It says, Forever in our hearts, Nick Eichel. Without struggle, there's no progress. Yeah, that's true. All right. I want to talk about, oh, that wind. Can you hear that wind? God dang, it's burning. It feels like sunburn. Oh, hyper-focused attention deficit. I don't think that's what those letters stand for. All right, so Brett Favre. Why isn't this dude in prison? I don't think I need to. Maybe that's a rhetorical question. In his career, he's earned over, I think they said, $142 million. It's more money most of us will make in a lifetime. Let's be honest. Okay. Now, a little backstory. 20 years ago, I've hated Brett Favre. I'm gonna have to keep walking. It's too cold. I thought I was gonna warm up. I've hated Brett Favre for decades now. Decades. Just absolutely despised him. Always felt like he was a leech-eating piece of shit. Just his white hair and shit-eating Southern Miss face. I don't know. I don't like Mississippi. I don't like Arkansas. I drove through Arkansas and I thought, whoa, even the white people here do not like me. Like, even though I was white, you could tell, like, they were like, this isn't our kind of white guy. He's one of them people that they used to bust down here to try to get the blacks to vote. You know, like that was the vibe I got in Arkansas. And I told my brother-in-law, we got to get the fuck out of here. This place is not okay. And they sell switchblades at every gas station. I don't know if they're legal where you are, but switchblades are not legal where I am. So, of course, I had to buy a shitload of them. This is the one good thing about driving through that state. Oh, look at that. Flooding. Beautiful. Soon we'll all be underwater. Get your scuba gear. God damn, it's cold. I'm going to have to go in the car because I can't be shivering doing this live. Oh, look. Look at this. Another great thing about New England. It's probably backwards for you. American Revolution on the North River. Is that a guillotine in the background? I would hope so. No. Part of the American Revolution was here. I know the National Guard was started here in Salem. I don't know what they did at the Revolution here. All right, I'll read it for you. During the colonial period, the North Fields remained an area, and we'll get to Brett Favre in a minute, an area held in common for the Salem townspeople to use as pasture and a woodlot. The bridge to the growing town of Salem, yada, yada, yada. What did they do? Leslie and his forces met an unexpected resistance. The drawbridge to the North Fields had been blocked, and a number of people from the town were waiting for them. Then they attempted to cross by boat. The colonel argued with men and women gathered there and asked for passage through the King's Highway. And they said, this is not the King's Highway, replied a Salem farmer. This is a private way belonging to the proprietors of the North Fields. The act of defiance predates the conflict at Lexington and Concord and shows the stalwart nature of Salem's own townsfolk and their supportive neighbors. Woo! Then returning without seizing guns and avoiding bloodshed. This was a precursor to the fight soon to begin the American Revolution. Salem residents demonstrated that they were ready to defend their rights as Englishmen and consequentially as Americans. That's cool. Oh. He also charged all his team members and he invited them to his new restaurant. It was something like 50. He charged people when Brett Favre opened a restaurant. This is what I mean. I thought he's a shit-eating leech for forever, before I had good cause. Let's just say it was one of those times where I wasn't going to ignore my gut. Oh, sorry about the noise. Here comes the T, the commuter rail. That's not the T. commuter rail. I mean, that's a beautiful. You see right there. That's a beautiful T stop, right on the water. You got to be freezing your ass off sitting there. You know, it's not really sheltered. But sorry about the noise. Stopping. Oh, they're not even stopping. Might be an express commuter line. Whew, God, I have to go to the car. My hand is numb and I'm shaking. If you can't tell, maybe this iPhone has good stabilizing, but I am shivering. I thought I'd be able to do it. Once your hands start to tingle, you know it's time. So there's the view. Like I said, what did it take me? 3 seconds to walk from the water to the basketball hoops? I'm seriously curious of how many basketballs just disappear. Maybe I should come down here and engage in capitalism, and I'll set up a basketball stand. I'll sell basketballs overpriced because I'll lose them in the water. Where's the hoops? Where's the hoops? The hoops in the water. I mean, balls in the water. Either that, or I just come down here with a pool skimmer, and everybody that loses a ball, I charge them $20. I'll go in there and skim your ball out. Oh, it's nice and warm in here. Oh God. Oh Jesus. Okay. Once my hands stop shivering. All right. So I didn't know that about Brett Favre, that he charged um people 50 like charged everybody to eat at his restaurant. So I'm reading from HuffPost. I just want to keep you up to date. This is what's going on currently with Brett Favre. Um, I want you to take note of the article. It says auditor demands Brett Favre finish repaying Mississippi for misspent welfare money. I know it's backwards, but if you can't, just look at the word demand and it says demands. So HuffPost, top of your game. Auditor demands Brett Favre. And this was posted February 5th. So obviously no editor. Maybe this was a AI written article, but auditor demands. Don't let it take away from the legitimacy of the story. So Auditor Shad White, that's a Mississippi name if I've ever heard one, um, demands nearly $730,000 from Favre in the latest twist of a long-running legal battle. By the way, Favre in 2020 had improperly received 1.1 million in speaking fees from a nonprofit organization that spent welfare with the approval of the Mississippi Department of Human Services. Um, the governor was involved in this. The governor helped. There's text messages between Favre and the governor. The governor helped a lot this welfare money to a 150 millionaire, $150 millionaire. That's how much Favre has earned in his NFL career, close to $150 million. This guy's not hurting for money. He's made more than we've ever made, and he's stealing from welfare recipients. Um, And all they're doing, they said Favre had no legal right to the possession and control of this $1.1 million. Favre repaid $500,000 to the state in 2020 and $600,000 in 2021, but the new court filing says he still owes $729,790 because interest caused growth in the original amount he owed. You'd figure this guy could have just paid that, not even in payments. This guy has He has 150 times what he stole. Okay, 150 million, and who knows? I didn't even look up net worth. Someone could probably look up net worth. Um, Most interceptions, good, good. 336 interceptions. He's a shit-eating leech. That's all Brett Favre is. If you like him, I question your morality. Even as a football player, he just seemed like a dick. I don't know how else to put it. I know I had friends who were Packers fans. A lot of people are Packers fans. And what can I say? You just got bad taste, bad taste. Cheesehead. Think about that. They're called cheeseheads. Okay. I don't know who would be proud to be a cheesehead, but not much going on in Green Bay, huh? So, Brett Favre, who has $150 million, again, that's not his net worth, just from what he earned. Okay. So I'm assuming his net worth is much, much more than that. made a couple of payments and still hasn't even repaid the 1.1 million uh, plus interest that he owes because he robbed welfare people. This is strong arm. This is conspiracy theft. Okay, conspiracy because it involves the Mississippi state governor, Brett Favre, a bunch of text messages, and here's what this asshole had to say. Back in, let's check the date on this. Back in April of last year. Okay, Brett Favre filed a motion to dismiss the civil charges. How the fuck are these civil charges, by the way? Okay. Um, if you Google people in jail and prison for petty theft, you'll get a Wall Street article. Wall Street wrote an article that, what the shit? Oh, come on. I swore I copy and pasted. So, anyways, Wall Street, they paywall their shit, so I couldn't read the whole article. But at the top, it said there's over 45,000 people in prison in America for theft of less than $10,000. Okay. Again, I couldn't read the rest of the article. I just could. I can't pay to fucking read Rupert Murdoch's Wall Street Journal. Sorry, ain't happening. And if you don't know, that's who owns the Wall Street Journal. That's who's peddling you bullshit about Wall Street. Rupert Murdoch. When is that guy going to kick the bucket? Good God. So don't pay for the article. It's not worth it. There are many other articles. Wall Street just seemed like it had more national statistics than some of the ones I was looking at. I was trying to look into like Missouri, Mississippi, Alabama, because when you go into those poorer, and by the way, where Brett Favre stole the welfare funds in Mississippi, it is the poorest state in the nation. They're 50 out of 50 for poverty. Okay. So he stole from the poorest people in this country. And this guy was charged with, what did they say? A civil charge, welfare fraud scandal, which should be a conspiracy scandal. They should be applying, if this was a black dude, if this was a gang or gang affiliated, if this was any poor person, these would be conspiracy charges. They would probably enact the RICO Act on this and I mean, get them all together and charge them together. You see a courtroom like in what's that movie, Goodfellas or whatever. Um, but because I got a feeling because the Mississippi governor was involved, he was like, we're obviously not going to charge me, and let's just do civil charges on Brett. Mind you, he committed the crime of stealing 1.1 million from the poorest people in America. Okay, and they just gave him civil charges. Meanwhile, if you just Google people in jail, there was just an article that's going around as a meme. The article's from like 2019, 2017, about a guy who stole at 22, a black man, I believe in the South. At 22, he stole $50.75 from a bakery. I don't know if it was in bread or cash. Bread is cash. And he spent 36 years in prison. He was just released a few years ago. That's why the meme's going around. Meanwhile, Brett Favre gets to steal 1.1 million from the poorest people in America and civil charges. I guess when you know the governor. So he was trying to dismiss the case, and they go through the and the lawsuit alleges that 77 million from the Federal Temporary Assistance for Needy Families (TANF) was misappropriated in a scheme coordinated by uh, the director of the Mississippi something nonprofit organization, uh, director John Davis, and nonprofit organizer Nancy New. They both pleaded guilty to criminal charges. How do his co-defendants get criminal charges and Brett Favre gets civil? Favre, Hall of Fame NFL quarterback, should be in the Hall of Fame, especially after this. Remove him. What a piece of shit. I have comments. Oh no. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. CD Lamb fan. What's up? Monkey to ample thought. Oh, sorry. I am not reading any. Hi, CD Lamb fan. You sub to me? Yes. Jude, Big Jude. What is up? Everybody's got football things. Is that because the Super Bowl's this weekend? Or is that because it's not Brett Favre and your thing, and this is solidarity with me saying Brett Favre is a shit-eating leech? That's what he is. He is a shit-eating leech. Brett, I hope you see this, and if your kids can send this to you, you guys have a bad dad. You know how teachers used to say, "Oh, there's no dumb questions." Would they follow that up with "there's only dumb people," or was that what I would always say? Either way, some people be like, well, they don't. I don't think they say they're no bad parents, but Brett Favre is definitely in the top three of shitty parents, next to Elon Musk, who I don't think parents any of his other kids, right? And they all like divorced him or something. And then I would imagine who else is a shitty parent? Who's the top number one shitty parent? Whoever raised Corey Feldman. That's probably it. Aaron Rodgers got injured. I don't follow him. I'm going to be honest. I stopped following sports. I said once Tom Brady quits, I'm done with football. He was like the Michael Jordan to watch. I grew up during the Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson era. It was a magical thing. I still love basketball, but the NFL, I said, just I'm done. Once Tom Brady's done, what's the point? What's the point? There's no magic. So, anyways, Brett Favre. We're going to get to why his case wasn't dismissed. So Favre claims this is a signed statement, I believe. Yeah, in October he wrote a sign, so he had to vouch for this. I don't understand how he's not getting charged with perjury because let's read what he signed as a statement. He says, "No one ever told me, and I did not know that funds designated for welfare recipients were going to the university or me." Liar. I tried to help my alma mater, USM, University of Southern Miss, I think, Mississippi, a public Mississippi State University, to raise funds for a wellness center. Now, you might think I was talking about the perjury before. No. He says to raise funds for a wellness center. Unless he's got a loose fucking definition of wellness center, this guy's a liar. Because then we go, uh, hold on, any other long Favre's attorney argued in the motion to dismiss that any fault involving misspent funds was that of state agencies and officials. So immediately he's a rat. So that's the other thing. This dude should be in prison and labeled a rat because he rolled over right away. He was like, no, it was the governor. So let's go down to the text. Uh, ooh, they say Favre was part of a conspiracy. That's what I was saying. It's conspiracy. Just so you know, criminal conspiracy is just any two or more people conspiring to commit a crime. That's it. You just need two people. So if you and somebody else did some crime, they charge you with conspiracy. Uh, is it open conspiracy? The most public and open conspiracy in Mississippi history, directed and carried out by the MDHS. I'm just assuming the state, whatever. From that entity to the other, Southern Miss, and it was vetted and proved by numerous lawyers and state officials. The now denied motion reads. Uh, so hold on, I gotta get down to what they tell. Where is this? God damn. Okay, so both claims stem from allegations surrounding his involvement with dealings to secure funding for the construction of a brick and mortar volleyball facility at the University of Southern Miss, as well as allegations surrounding his efforts to secure funds for a for-profit drug company. Um, they say he has texts with state officials um, that the volleyball arena at Favre's, what a dumb name, alma mater, Southern Miss, was the one that was the team that his daughter played for. Text messages allegedly show that Favre and New is the last name of that lady, who got criminal charges, by the way, coordinated to channel those funds with the aid of then Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant. So they have text messages of Favre like will knowingly being like, "Hey, can you hook me up with this money? The governor knows about it. We good. I need to build a volleyball thing for my daughter's school." He's a bullshit artist. He's not a good one because earlier we read that he wrote a signed statement saying, "I wanted to dedicate that money to build a wellness center, a a, a wellness center for five missed funds appropriated for other uses." Yeah. What are we talking about? Oh, what's up, Leah? I don't know if Leah's still here. We're talking about Brett Favre being a shit-eating leech and why he doesn't have criminal charges. He stole over $1 million from the poorest people in America, the people that are on welfare in Mississippi. Some of his co-defendants have criminal charges. The nonprofit organizer, what was the other guy? The nonprofit organizer and uh, the MDHS, which I'm assuming is like Mississippi Department of Health Services Executive Director John Davis. They both have pleaded guilty to criminal charges. Meanwhile, Brett Favre has civil charges and nothing's going to happen. They're just asking him to repay, which he hasn't even repaid, which this guy has earned over 150, $142 million dollars in his career. I'm sure he's worth more than that. But because he's white, wealthy, knows the governor was part of this conspiracy. This guy is not getting criminal charges. He won't see jail time, and he just gets to steal from welfare. The people, the poorest people in America. Mississippi has the is the poorest nation in America and has the poorest people if they're on welfare. These people are suffering. Meanwhile, Brett Favre lives in gluttony and steals from them and then lies about it. Says I was going to build a wellness center. This dude, that's perjury. He has a signed statement in October of last year saying, "Oh, I was going to build a wellness center," but they built a fucking volleyball indoor, a brick and mortar. That's what they call it, brick and mortar volleyball center. So I'm guessing it was like a nice indoor place that they could play, probably air conditioned, better than anything that any of these welfare people will ever be able to access. And he lied about it. Unless has anybody leave it in the comments? Have you ever heard of a volleyball arena called a wellness center? That's definitely not like Mississippi slang. It's Brett Favre bullshit. That's what it is. And Brett Favre go to prison. You should go to prison, or you need to go to the neighborhoods where you stole the money and give them a Pantera song, if you know what I mean. Go look at the Pantera catalog. Find the song that says 5 minutes alone. Oh God. So yeah, the lawsuit says that 5 million of those funds were improperly spent to build a volleyball arena at Favre's alma mater, where his daughter played at. Favre, who does not face criminal charges, claims he didn't realize. Bullshit. How do you CD Lamb? CD Lamb. CD Lamb fan. I don't know what a CD Lamb is. Uh So if you could clarify what a CD lamb is it like CD? You just like the word CD, SEEDY, or is that like somebody's initial? I don't know. Because when I say CD lamb out loud, I think of a CD lamb, like a lamb in a pasture with all the other lambs. He's got his big fluffy white wool going, but they're all like all the other lambs are like that motherfucker's CD. That's the one lamb I don't trust. He might be the wolf in lamb's clothing. Search it up. Oh, it's a football player. All right, all right. Is that the dude? Is that the dude in your thing? Is he a cowboy? I can't really see your your avatar. So my apologies. I'm going to be honest with you, CD Lamb. I'm not going to search it up. I do not give a shit who he is unless he starts stealing from welfare people. I don't care. But now I know it's not like a CD lamb in a pasture that other lambs are just suspect of all the time. Where they're like, "Motherfucker, CD." I don't know. Maybe this is wool, but something's going on with him. Um, So why is Brett Favre not going to prison? Is it just because he's white and wealthy and he knows the governor? And if that's, I don't know. I'm asking. That's my suspicion. Okay, if I had to allege something, if I had to sign a statement like Brett Favre did, where he lied about a wellness center, building a wellness center, I would sign my name to something saying, "Well, Brett Favre obviously knew the governor, is rich as fuck, and is white in Mississippi. So they're not going to charge him with a crime." Meanwhile, 45,000 people in America have committed crimes, a hundredth, I think it would be, less. Crimes of stealing $10,000 or less, and they are in prison. Meanwhile, Brett Favre's co-defendants have criminal charges. People he committed these crimes with have criminal charges. He has civil charges. Civil charges means like he's not going to go to jail. I don't even think you like really get a record with civil charges. Like if you get pulled over and you're on probation, you got to let the police know. You got to be like, listen, I am on probation, just so you know we ain't doing nothing wrong. And I know that from personal experience. Um, so I don't think he gets a record or anything like that. I don't think it's anything but like a slap on the wrist, and you have to pay. And even if you don't pay, they can come after you. But I'm guessing if he knows the governor, um, what are they gonna do? If the governor's like, we commute his sentence, what if they do? What do they give? What did Donald Trump do? Oh, pardon. If the governor's like, I pardon him, what are you gonna do? Um, he is from the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, yeah. Cowboys had a great team in the '90s. I'll never forget. My cousin loved them in the '90s, so I became a Dallas Cowboys fan with Emmitt Smith and Deion Sanders and Michael Irving. And they had what was it, Aikman? Um, they were. How many subs do I have? But the Cowboys were good in the '90s. I remember watching them all the time. Young, I was young. Um, I think I got 1,100 right now, or 1,100 and something, like 10. I don't know. So, see, I'm real bad at YouTube. I'm just usually very angry. You know how in the Marvel movies, the Hulk finally reveals his secret, how he doesn't turn into the Hulk all the time, and he's like, my secret is I'm always angry. That's how I feel. So it's hard for me to remember, like, when I go live to be like, hey, if you like this stuff, subscribe and like and comment. I figure, that when I'm talking, I really do want people to comment down below because I want to find out how other people look at these things. I understand I live in a bubble. Okay. We all do. And my bias is very hardcore to these people who commit these crimes. I have Deadpool. I cannot wait for Deadpool 3 to come out. Let's be honest. With Hugh Jackman, as much as I don't want to see this, don't want to see this movie, I do. Because I just think Ryan Reynolds has turned into a dipshit. Uh, Van Wilder days, he was cool, breaking onto the scene, being a sarcastic, um, smart at like who couldn't love him if you were young and in like I was like around the same age as Ryan Reynolds was when he was making those movies. So it was a funny thing to watch. And now he does every Mint Mobile commercial in the world. And if you don't know, he still pawns himself off as the owner of Mint Mobile, but he sold it to T-Mobile. Like they're owned by one of the big corporations that he claims to not be. I don't know. So he's a piece of shit. All I see now from him, well, he started a PR company, he started a media company, he started all aviation gin, Mint Mobile. He's just like these people just want to become the best capitalist, and they just want to sell you shit. Uh, Even though most of us can't afford anything anymore. I mean, I guess you could afford gin if you're, really in a dire predicament. That's why we have so many overdose deaths. Oh, that's the other thing I always want to hit. I just haven't because I've been on the road when I do these lives. But 1 in 5 kids are hungry in America. That's here in America. They're food insecure. The leading cause of death for people under 50 in America is opioid overdose. And you wonder why, with the circumstances surrounding us. Look at society. Look at how people are struggling to survive. They tend to lose hope and go to drugs. People that are homeless are not choosing that. And by the way, homeless people, for every one in America, there are 28 empty homes in America. So why does it say one person? Oh, that's probably how many people are watching. And that is weird because I'll see like it will jump from 12 to 1 to 0 to to like 10. Like I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but it is weird because my lives will start and you'll see people roll in and then it will just drop out to 0. So I don't know. And again, uh, sometimes I don't know if like my microphone is working and I don't know if I have total service. So forgive me if things break out. Yeah, I play video games. I play Fortnite. You play Fortnite? I play Fortnite because my son loves Fortnite, so I try to like level. Oh, by the way, I gotta try to level him up. Plus, Fortnite is kind of fun, and I just learned this week that you can play Fortnite for cash. So I've been trying to get my son qualified to be able to play for cash because I think for every battle royale, which is like winning the whole Fortnite uh, fight, where you take on 100 other people, you get $100 cash. Tomorrow, tomorrow's Saturday. I was saying I was going to only go live 5 days a week, but because it's going to be like 60 degrees, I might go live tomorrow. Just depends. Again, we're in February in New England. It never, usually this is the month of snow. Like this is the month where we get hit every weekend with snow. Every week there's at least flurries, and we're in February. Solo Cup. Yeah, you know about it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It's supposed to pop off tonight or this week. I don't know. Yeah, the Solo Cup, man. I just learned about that. I just found it on one of the things like last week. So I was pretty stoked when I was like, holy shit, you can do this for cash. And I want to start, I have a Twitch account, so I wanted to start streaming on Twitch. I'm still just figuring out how all it works. Um, so if you play Fortnite, we got to connect. Anyways, so tomorrow, I just couldn't tell you, but the way to find out is if you hit subscribe and they hit notifications and hit all, hit the little bell after you subscribe, and then on the top it says like all notifications. If you hit that when I go live, um, it will alert you, and then usually it takes me like a minute or two to go live. But yeah, the duos, that's my ish. Yo, I'm telling you, duos is where it's at. Duo. I hate playing solo. Yes, I was playing solo. I came in fourth. I came in third, and then I think I just stopped playing because I was getting frustrated. Because everybody had snipers. Man, this pissed me off. These people had snipers, and they were getting me from like a mile away. You subbed already? Yeah. So hit the alert, the little bell, and then hit. I think it just says all notifications. You just get all the notifications. That way, when I do go live, because I just can't promise the time right now. Like I said, it's going to be 60 degrees. I know my daughter wants to play basketball because next year she wants to go out for the team. So we're going to play some hoops. Probably, we live on a block where there's 9 or 10 girls. My son's the only boy. Poor kid. So when it's no, we only have one thing to play. Or no, no, no. I guess my daughter plays too, but usually me or my son play. You know, I'll be on Fortnite later today, man, because there. I don't know if you know, but they did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles update, and my son is like losing his shit. He did not want to go to school today. He was like, "Can I just please wait till the countdown's over?" And I was like, "Listen, bro, you go to school. I will try to see if there's like levels or quests that you got to finish, and I promise I'll do a little work on it. So I'll be on it a little later today because he's been kicking ass in school. So I try to help him with that. Um, so yeah, so tomorrow I don't know because when all the kids go outside and ride bikes, I got to go out there because the people that cut down my road are just drive insane. Um, I'll be on. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I gotta What time is it? 10:20? Jesus. See, I'm limited on time. You have no school. Wait a minute. How old are you? Jesus. I gotta watch my language if you're young. I just gotta watch my language in general. But talking about these things, it's so infuriating to think that that the rich people, the people who deserve to learn their lesson the most, get to escape prison. Meanwhile, the people who are the poorest sometimes just can't get out on bail, don't have the money, and they get locked up in a debtor's prison, which is insane because money shouldn't be the factor on whether you get out of jail or not. I thought it was all innocent until proven guilty. That should be the thing. And Brett Favre looks guilty as F. See, I watched my language there. I watched my language. Brett Favre got away with civil charges when his co-defendants got criminal charges. Brett Favre stole more than most people could steal in a lifetime. And this dude, they're just asking him to pay it back. He still hasn't. And they're just like, hey, would you we know you're 100 millionaire. Do you think at some point you could pay back the poorest people who are starving right now? Remember, 1 in 5 kids in America go hungry every night. Brett Favre is stealing from them. Brett Favre steals from poor kids. Hope you sleep well at night. Can't wait till the devil meets you, Brett. Um, I hope the devil has his way with him. sometimes I'm going to be very honest right now because I've been yelling out to God lately, wondering if He hears me. Um, but sometimes that's my only solace, you know. Wait a minute, you're 11? Jesus. But you know what? It's good that you learn about this stuff. It's very good you learn about this stuff. But I will say you shouldn't be on adult YouTube. I'm gonna be very honest. Very honest. You need to stay away from YouTube. There are too many damaging things on this platform. There are too many people that hold themselves accountable to nothing besides likes and views. So please go to kids' YouTube, please, just for your own mental state. Um, so I got to wrap it up because I got to pee wicked bad, and I got some stuff to do. But I will be on Fortnite. Of course, you're allowed. Boston Rob fan, look at my name. Oh my God, that is amazing. I can't tell what your picture is, and I can't tell if this is sarcasm. Um, I started to learn that, some people like to come into my chats. What's his name? South Heights Music, where I was now asking him if he's still making music in his mom's basement. He's not here today, but bye. See you later. Bye, Boston Rob fan. Love the name. Really do. That's rad. Oh, it's CD fan. Oh, he left and came back. That's awesome. Oh my God, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. That made me feel better amongst all the circumstances. Um, so what I was saying about finding solace in some things. Sometimes you just wish there's a heaven and hell. Maybe a little unsure, but you just wish so certain people can taste that heat, can feel that fire. You know, most people think that this is. I was just listening to a fascinating theory yesterday on that Earth is the prison, Earth is hell. Which you listen to any rap artist and they'll tell you that. They'll say it's hell on Earth, which I agree. Um, but then again, not for some people, right, Brett Favre? Uh, that is awesome, man. That is so awesome. I am very humbled by that. Thank you. Um, and it's cool of you to tune in because this is important stuff. You got to learn how this society works. Everybody wants to tell you in America it's like a meritocracy where if you just work hard enough, you'll earn what you're worth, and that is just blatantly not true. It is 100% not true. The people that have generational wealth and can buy their way into better predicaments do. Look at Brett Favre. He's Brett Favre. He's from Mississippi, or I'm guessing he went to Mississippi College. He knew the governor, and he got to steal a million from the poorest people in America, and it's horrifying to me. Absolutely horrifying. I will. I'll tell my son that you said hi. 100% will. And you know what? We'll try to figure out a way to connect you guys. Uh, Once I start doing Twitch, I think it'll be easier because then I'll be broadcasting my thing. Right now, it's like I share the account with my son, so I don't, you know what I mean? Like people in my life that do not choose to be public, I respect that, and there's a lot of them. Um, so I mean, I'll talk about them, but I'll never put them in the spotlight. So thank you so much, Boston Rum fan. Much love to you. If you're not in school, read a book today. Okay, just like I tell my kids, read something. Read something historical. Learn from history. Uh, and I'm gonna wrap up right now, anyways. M Games. Bye. Whenever I see somebody say it, type it like that, I always think of Bo Burnham in the song at the end of his stand up when he goes, bye. So funny. Bo Burnham. If you know can you do it? Yeah. I'll figure out how to broadcast it on YouTube. I don't know if I can go live with it. I think I can just record it, but that's what I'm trying to figure out if I can go live. Um, so I'll look into that for you, brother, little man. But Bo Burnham, if you don't know, the comedian who has all those specials on Netflix, he's brilliant, brilliant mind. He's a young cat. Um, he's from right down the street. In fact, right down the street from where I work. Uh, oh, this kid that used to work with me, he was like, "Oh yeah, I work with his uncle." Like a lot of cats know him, or a lot of cats say they know him. I don't question people. I try to. My motto on life is I trust people initially until they prove me wrong. Once their actions start to not align with their words, things change with me and them real quick, real quick. And you can ask people who have lied to me and proven it. Not like my theory, like I've watched their actions, and they've been proven a liar by themselves. And they'll tell you, I cease to be too kind, which I know Jesus tells me turn the other cheek and stuff like that. But Jesus, I'm down here on earth, brother, and you left a long time ago. Plus, you had the ability to make money come out of fish's mouths. I don't have that. Okay. It's a little bit easier for you than it is for the rest of us. So again, are you hearing me, Jesus? Are you listening? Maybe he was that baby duck we saw in the beginning of the live stream. All right, thank you guys so much. You have to find your controller. Get your controller. I'm baffled by the people that play Fortnite on computers. I don't know how they do it. It is absolutely insane to think that they can use a keyboard and a mouse to play Fortnite. Some of you kids, I'll tell you what, the kids' hand-eye coordination today is so spectacular, it is mind-boggling to me. It is absolutely, these kids are freaks of nature when it comes to like hand-eye coordination. Absolute miraculous stuff that I witness. Um, and I know some people, think it's nothing, but it truly is a talent. So respect to you kids who can, build in Fortnite and pop up windows and shoot people through. I mean, it's just, I'm like, how are you doing? Like, my brain can't even function. I'm just old. So please, if you want to stay up to date with the class war, the struggle, everything going on in the world that is essentially against the working class. If you wake up and go to work every day, if you work for a living, you're part of the working class. I hate to break it to you. A lot of people do not want to recognize that fact. They're in this self-denial that they're working class. They think because they go on a vacation a year and maybe they own their car or own a house that they're not working class. Well, if you still have to go to work and pay for those things, you're part of the working class. And if you want to be kept up to date with all that stuff, hit subscribe, hit like, leave a comment on anything we talked about. Do you think Brett Favre should be charged criminally? Or do you think because he can pay it back, he should have no charges, just a slap on the wrist, just give the money back? And do you think if that happens, he learns his lesson? Do we really believe that? How come when it happens to rich people, oh, they've learned their lesson, and when it's poor people, prison is the way for them to learn their lesson? I'll never understand the double standard in this society or how the majority of people accept that as the standard. And that's why I do this, because I think we need to change a lot. And I think the only hope is the youth. So we need to teach the youth. We need to open people's mind. We need to hear different perspectives. And that's why I invite you to leave a comment and let me know what you think about this Brett Favre situation, because it's ongoing. This Brett Favre, who clearly has the money to pay this back, just isn't. And what are they going to do? His friend's the governor. If this was anyone else, they'd send the police to raid his house, maybe, hurt some people along the way and destroy his property or seize his home. But because it's him, nothing. Infuriating. Uh, and maybe just because it hasn't happened to you, you don't care. And if that's the situation, put that in the comments. But I want to know. I want to know what other people think, because this is a gross, gross crime to steal from. Remember, the people in Mississippi who are on welfare are the poorest in this nation. Okay, Mississippi is the poorest state, and Brett Favre stole from them. The poorest people in the poorest state in America. You got to be, like I've said, a leech-eating piece, shit-eating leech, just an absolute human garbage to steal it to build a volleyball arena for his daughter. May he be eaten by the hounds in hell. Peace, guys. How do I shut this off?